Hello, this is the luckiest maths teacher in the world. Thank you so much for tuning into this video in which we review everything covered in week 6. We will first look at triangular distributions and then at mean, variance, and median. So let's say x follows a triangular distribution. That means its PDF will be a triangle. So in this question, we're told x is between 5 and 15, and we're told it has a mode at 8. So that means the peak of the graph occurs here at x equals 8. We're going to calculate the probability x is between 6 and 10. So we have x along the horizontal axis and px is going to be the vertical axis. So what we have for a triangular distribution, we actually have two separate linear functions that make up the PDF. So the PDF is this triangle here. So I want to find the probability x is between 6 and 10. What that means is I need to find the area enclosed between x equals 6 and x equals 10. Now I could use integration, but that will take a while. Instead, what I'm going to do is divide this into two trapeziums. So what I can do is find the area of this trapezium, I can find the area of this trapezium, and then simply add together those areas. So how am I going to find the area of these trapeziums? Well, what I need to do is I need to find the values of the functions here, here, and here. So finding the peak of this function is actually pretty simple because this triangle here is a PDF. So the area enclosed by the triangle must be 1. So the base of the triangle is 10. The area of a triangle is base times height over 2. The area of the triangle must be 1 to be a valid PDF. So timesing by 2, dividing by 10, we get h is 0.2. Okay, so we know this value here, but how am I going to know the value here and the value here? Well, what I need to do is I need to find the equation of the green line and the equation of the yellow line. So doing these kind of questions, it's pretty easy, but it does take a long time. So let's find the equation of the green line. So the green line passes through the point here 5, 0, and also the point 8, 0.2. So to find the equation of the line, we're first going to find the gradient. So gradient is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I get 1 over 15. So to find the equation of the line, I take the equation y equals mx plus b. I'm going to substitute m for 1 over 15, x for 5, y for 0. So after I make that substitution, I get this here, and solving for b gives me minus 1/3. So I have found the equation of the green line. It is y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to do something similar now to find the equation of the yellow line. So the yellow line passes through these 2 points. So once again, I'm going to use y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and I get negative 1 over 35. I should get a negative gradient for the yellow line because it leans to the left. So once again, I'm going to take my equation y equals mx plus b. I'm going to substitute m for negative 1 over 35, x for 15, y for 0. So after I've made the substitution, I get this here. Solving for b gives me b equals 3 over 7. So the equation is y equals mx plus b. Now you might be asking yourself, why did I need to find the equation of both of these lines? Well, I need to know this height here and this height here. Now that I've got the equations, that's easy. So this height here, all I need to do is substitute x equals 6 into there, and I get that this height here is 1 over 15. That's this height there. Now, if I want to know this height here, I just substitute x equals 10 into there, and I get 1 over 7. So this height here is 1 over 7. So now I just use the trapezium formula h over 2a plus b. The area of this trapezium is 4 over 15. The area of this one is 12 over 35. So I simply add together these two fractions. So I get the probability is 64 over 105, and then I'm done. All right, let's now move on to mean, median, and variance. So all the formula for mean, median, variance, and standard deviation are here. Let's calculate the mean of a random variable if this is its PDF. So the mean, which is also called the expected value or mu, what we do is we integrate x times the PDF. And obviously with respect to x. Now the limits of integration are just the values x can take. If x is greater than 1, it can be between 1 and infinity. So to make this a bit simpler, note x divided by x to the power of 6 is x to the power of negative 5. So this is the integral from 1 to infinity of 5x to the power of minus 5. So what I'm going to do is increase the power by 1, divide by that new power, and I'm going to integrate that between 1 and infinity. So it might be easier if I write this as 5 or negative 5 over 4x to the power of 4. So when I substitute infinity into this expression, I get 0. When I substitute 1 into this expression, I get minus 5 over 4. So the expected value here is just 1.25. Easy as that. So now I'm going to calculate the median. Please pause and copy this down if you need. So the median is the point in the data where 50% is above it, 50% is below it. So to find the median, what we do is we integrate from the lowest value x can take up to k, and we want the integral of the PDF to equal 0.5. So here we're solving for k. So note 5 over x to the power of 6 is 5x to the power of minus 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the power by 1 and divide by that new power. Integrate between 1 and k. So making this easier to work with, well, 5 divided by negative 5 is just negative 1, and I can put the x to the 5 on the bottom. So when I integrate between 1 and k, I want to get 0.5. So substituting in k gives me k to the power of 5 on the bottom, minus, now when x is 1, that just gives me minus 1 over 1. So what I do now is subtract 1 from both sides because this here is a positive 1. So I get minus 1 on k to the power of 5 equals minus 0.5. So I can get rid of the negatives on both sides. And then I can flip each side. If I flip this side, I get k to the power of 5. If I flip a half, I get 2. So I get k to the power of 5 equals 2, or k is equal to the 5th root of 2. That is the median of this. So again, pause and copy down if you need this. I'll now find the standard deviation. So to find the standard deviation, we find the variance and square root it. So to find the variance, we integrate over all the possible values that x can take, and it's the integral of x squared, this time times the probability density function. So we also need to remember we have to take the expected value and square it and subtract that as well. So making the integral a bit easier to work with, note x squared over x to the power of 6 is just x to the power of minus 4. So we're integrating 5x to the power of minus 4. So we're going to use the same rule we've used heaps of times. We're going to increase the power by 1 and divide by that new power. So making this easier to work with, again, this will be minus 5 over 3x cubed between 1 and infinity. So when I substitute infinity into this expression here, once again, I get 0. When I substitute x equals 1 into here, I get minus 5 over 3. And then we subtract 1.25 squared. So that gives us an answer of about 0.1. That's the variance, so the standard deviation will just be the square root of that, and it's about 0.32. All right, thank you so much for tuning into this video. This has been the luckiest maths teacher in the world. Have a great day.